Planet of the Fakes 4 Women, and Pig Star AH News. Teenager, 19, and her all-girl gang filmed themselves laughing as they ambushed her ex-girlfriend to give her a savage beating. A teenager ambushed her ex-girlfriend with 3 friends as the gang filmed the victim begging for mercy. Simone McDermott, 19, lured Amy Purday to her flat in Crumpsall, Manchester, at 1 a.m. on the pretext of needing a shoulder to cry on, only for the victim to be violently ambushed by McDermott and 3 female friends. McDermott had been in a relationship with Miss Purday but began an affair with fellow attacker, Melissa Marriott, while the victim was on holiday in Spain, Manchester Crown Court was told. The pair began hurling insults at each other, but on January 3 last year, McDermott contacted Miss Purday to claim she had split up with Marriott and asked her to come over to her flat because she had been crying most of the night on her own. After Miss Purday, also 19, was lured into the ambush, she curled up in a ball and begged, "Let me go, please let me go," while McDermott and the other girls laughed as the Y rained down kicks and punches while one of them filmed the assault on her mobile phone. McDermott stamped on Miss Purday's back and head 6 times during the attack, prosecutors said, and in the 2-minute video, one the attackers could be heard shouting, "Give her here, I'll have a go," while in it, her said, "I'm gonna break your face." Miss Purday was left with bruising to her head and body and underwent a court scan after doctors found a footprint on her forehead. One of her finger nails was so badly damaged in the assault, it fell off her finger. McDermott later claimed she carried out the attack to get her ex-lover's mobile phone as she believed the device contained an intimate picture of her. At Manchester Crown Court, the shocking video was played to a judge as McDermott and her friends Marriott, a college student from Blackley, Siobhan Waite, also of Blackley, and Victoria Houghton, of Wythenshawe, admitted assault with intent to rob. The girls, all aged 19, will be sentenced at a later date. Catherine Pierpoint, prosecuting, said, "Miss Purday sent a message asking if she was being set up, but McDermott responded saying, 'No, I have missed you.' However, it is clear from the messages that this was a set-up." When Miss Purday arrived in the communal hallway, McDermott closed the front door behind her, and Miss Purday heard laughing coming from upstairs before becoming aware of 3 women running down. The front door was blocked by McDermott and Miss Purday was then set upon by the group. She recalls being kicked to the floor and being kicked, stamped onto the head, body and legs. She could hear shouting about getting her phone, so she hid it. In the video she was lying on the floor, her knees curled up to her chest and her hands are over her face. The main aggressor was Marriott, who was seen to kick the complainant to the back of the head with full force, although McDermott was equally as violent. Waite was in close proximity and played a lower role whilst Houghton filmed the incident and kicked out. All 4 were encouraging each other and were laughing. Miss Pierpoint added, Marriott pulled her back by the head and punched her in the face as the complainant pleaded, "Please let me go." McDermott grabbed the complainant and began dragging her backwards by her coat as she was curled up in a protective position with her hands round the back of her head. Words can be heard, "Give her here, I'll have a go and get your ing foot off me, I'm going to break your face." At one stage Miss Percy was on her back with her hands over her face, and Marriott and McDermott are standing over her as Houghton kicks out to the top of the complainant head. McDermott follows up that with a number of stamps, 6 times, of the back of the complainant head and back. Words are heard, "Get her phone." Houghton is still filming, and you can hear laughing in the background. Miss Purday describes the end of the incident being thrown out of the front door, and she was petrified they were going to chase her and hurt her again. She hid down a side street and immediately called the police, who found her in an extremely distressed state. The girls were arrested an hour later and police found the footage on Houghton's phone and also recovered text messages sent by Marriott to McDermott threatening Miss Purday, saying, "I'll smash her head in, throw her down, I'll stab her. Never hated anyone so much." McDermott initially claimed Miss Purday had attacked her and her friends intervened, but she later admitted the assault. In a statement, bartender Miss Purday said, "I thought they wanted to kill me, I could have died. I had a lot of pain with my injuries and I was unable to leave my room for 2 to 3 weeks. When I did go out I had to have someone with me. I've started getting shopping delivered to my house and I feel unsure going to the shops as I might bump into Simone McDermott and her friends. I didn't think they were sorry for what they did. I couldn't work or do anything and I didn't feel safe or have the confidence to. The assault made me feel paranoid in relationships. When friends arrange to meet me I think I'm going to get hurt and I am on medication in relation to my anxiety. The feeling of being attacked by someone I cared about and who I thought cared about me had left me feeling really betrayed. I was so distressed I couldn't sleep. I am frustrated to be made to feel a victim by this girl. I don't want to feel weak and have these feelings hanging over me. This has affected everything in life, and I think about the assault every single day. It's the first thing I think about when I wake up, and when I go to sleep, I have dreams about being attacked, and having things stolen from me. In mitigation, McDermott's defense lawyer, Aram Naz Mushtaq said, "It's a deeply nasty incident, which makes for difficult viewing. It's clear this was a deeply unpleasant and sustained incident, but it's fortuitous Miss Purdy's injuries were not as serious." Miss McDermott's belief was that Miss Purdy's mobile phone contained intimate images of Miss McDermott, and that's the reason she wanted the mobile phone. This is not a justification, but it explains why Miss McDermott had lured Miss Purdy to her accommodation. There was a friendship with each other, with some intimacies, but doesn't accept the extent of the relationship. She refers to actions as being disgusting. She is ashamed and deeply remorseful. For hospital cleaner, Houghton, David Taylor said, "Filming this was a crazy thing to do, but it's a bizarre world we live in these days where people are not able to exist without their mobile phone or social media." She was stupidly dragged into this by what was thought to be an inappropriate photo on the complainant phone. People do just film unpleasant and violent behavior, but there was no posting of this incident. She tells me she shouted to the others to stop the attack when it got completely out of hand. She is totally ashamed and disgusted with herself.